So just the other day, I got an email from someone who said they started watching my videos when they were 12, and they just now started their first year of college. And I just kind of... 6 years I've been doing this. And in that time, I've watched a lot of movies, okay? Like, so many. Someone please help me. And like, I'm always one of those people who's like, why are there so many remakes and reboots and sequels? Why can't we get any good original movies anymore? And then the movie Bottoms came out, okay? Here it is, finally. You may have never heard of this movie because it had like no marketing. It had a very small theatrical release. Like, I had to check like 3 different movie theaters just to go watch it myself. Finally just came to digital like a week ago. But here's the thing. Bottoms is probably the best teen comedy we've gotten in a very long time. There was Do Revenge last year on Netflix, and that was pretty good. I like that movie a lot.
I'm shocked. This is shocking news.
But that movie had a bunch of marketing. It had Maya Hawke, Camila Mendes, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and like, to be fair, it was pretty good. But Bottoms had nothing, okay? No banking on famous names, no nostalgia push. It's not based on a huge franchise IP. The main actor was just in The Idol, okay? So that's already an uphill battle. And I'll tell you right now, the lack of awareness for this movie is a travesty. This movie is so good, and really, I just wanted to make a video talking about why I think it's so good. I mean, because if studios aren't gonna push this new modern classic, then I will.
I never had many friends, and that's sad. And as I've gotten older in this world, it's just gotten more sad. If you love a girl, go be with the girl. If not, I don't care.
So I didn't understand a word of that. I'm so sorry.
My whole shtick on this channel is like joking about and laughing at silly, cheesy movies, for the most part. So when something comes along that's actually unironically good, like, it's only fair that I talk about that too. If I had to distill this movie down into a simple concept, I'd say, like, imagine if American Pie was about a horny, sapphic Greg Heffley from Wimpy Kid who starts a fight club to bang cheerleaders. Now, if that doesn't sell you on this movie, then literally nothing else will, because, like, that's all I needed to hear, and then, trust me, I bought those tickets so fast. So we have our main characters, PJ and Josie. Now, they're your typical high school kids who just want to get some before they graduate. But as any gay lady will tell you, it's not quite as easy as you might think it is.
They could have broken up. You never know. The fair is like a completely fresh start.
I'm not doing that with Isabel. You know what I mean? Like, I'm playing the long game with her, okay? Bam. It's the 20th high school reunion. I show up. I'm in a little suit like the lesbian I am. You know what I mean? It's probably white.
So they go to this, like, back-to-school county fair thing and run into both of their crushes, Brittany and Isabel, who they try to flirt with as best they can.
Hey, Brittany! PJ, I am loving all the holes in your pants. I need a pull trick. No, you don't. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna say something crazy. I think you can eat food, digest it, let it marinate, poop it out. Gross.
Honestly, this isn't really that different than how I flirted in high school, except mine was, like, even more pathetic somehow. I hadn't thought this far yet. What do I say now? Now, due to a misunderstanding about how Josie broke her arm over the summer, everyone in school starts to think that they went to juvie for, like, murdering people or something. And PJ has the idea to, like, use that to their advantage to try and trick all the hot girls in school to letting them smash. You know what I'm saying?
Girls are terrified. It's perfect. They need this.
Okay, no, we'd be misleading them.
Guys do that all the time, okay? That's the point of feminism.
That's not the point of feminism. You also don't care about feminism. Your favorite show is Entourage. You're missing the point.
This right here is a good example of, like, what I think makes this movie so good. Like, I mean, to me at least. Not that they don't care about feminism or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, there's definitely this very strong trend nowadays of, like, having all the main characters in teen movies especially. They have to be, like, uncancelable, I guess. Especially when the main characters are girls. Like, they always have to have them be so perfect and virtuous and never say anything bad. Or like, their one small flaw is that they care too much or something like that. And villains aren't really allowed to be real villains anymore. They have to be, like, misunderstood and, you know, they have some kind of trauma that explains why, dag nabbit, they just have to take over the world. But the whole time, they just needed friendship. But this movie, Bottoms, one thing that I personally really liked about it was that it just allows the main characters to be horny teenagers who aren't really thinking too much about the consequences of what they're doing, you know? Like, in this movie, they just kind of feel like, you know, mentally underdeveloped, selfish kids who want something and don't care how they get it. You know, like actual teenagers.
What's up, lads? These girls are ugly.
How many girls go to this school again?
Oh, my God. And again, they're all 6s at best.
I love this line so much. Like, it's just such a perfect encapsulation of PJ's character. And earlier I said how she's kind of like Greg Heffley from Wimpy Kid, but where Greg was just obnoxiously selfish for the sake of it, I found PJ to be like weirdly relatable in her brash honesty about herself. Like, I don't think I've related nearly as hard to any main teen rom-com character as I have to PJ. Like, turns out I've actually just been an oddly dressed horny lesbian this whole time.
Seriously, to have a safe space like this, it means a lot to people. And I think that if we took some time to spend a meeting and actually get to know these girls, like, it would be really important.
I feel like if we keep it up, we can actually take on Huntington, you guys.
No, if we keep it up, we can put our fingers inside of each other. Grow up.
This movie, I think, does a fantastic job of knowing exactly what it wants to be and then just being that.
Don't talk to me, you ugly bitch, okay? I do not talk to girls in overalls.
Okay, I might be ugly, but these aren't overalls.
So many movies I've watched over the years, like, they try to do too much. They feel like they have to have all these different parts, and the characters have to say all these things, and we have to show all these certain kinds of scenes. Like, they try to do so much, and the movies always just kind of feel disjointed and, like, hurriedly scrapped together. Like, it's like, shoot, we forgot to put the scene where they explicitly say how it's okay to not be okay. Oh my goodness, you're right. Let's just put 3 of them in the middle of the movie for no reason. But like I said, Bottoms just knows exactly what it wants to be. Basically, it's like the health class scene from Mean Girls.
Don't have sex, because you will get pregnant and die.
But that's just like the whole movie. A very over-the-top satirical look at high school in the same way that like Diary of a Wimpy Kid is kind of a look at middle school.
The Holocaust, it happened. Yes, it did. But how? The seeds were sown in the Treaty of Versailles, which y'all gonna reenact while I do some little reading over here.
I was going to study for Mr. G's Women Murdered in History test.
But where most movies would hit you over the head constantly about how wacky everything is, I think this movie does a perfect job of walking just right next to that line, but not crossing it. Anyway, somehow, despite everything, the Fight Club kind of takes off and Brittany and Isabel do end up joining, and after some nice heart-to-heart girl-feeling talk.
We know that the club has been a place where we can feel empowered physically, but we also thought it could be a safe space and a place where we can open up and talk about our feelings.
Okay, so who's been raped?
What do you know? Josie and Isabel actually start to kind of hit things off until they go on a date and Josie tells her that her boyfriend is cheating on her with this other girl's mom.
How was last night?
Bad, probably, I would say.
Wait, really?
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What is happening in the background of this scene? What are they talking about right now? Sir, please explain yourself. Now, of course, Josie wants to get more on Isabel's good side, so she brings all the other girls together to egg her ex-boyfriend's house and, blow up his car.
It's gonna blow!
Oh, wow, yeah, it's gonna blow, guys.
What? Over the years, there's been several attempts to kind of capture like the guys being dudes kind of movies, but like with women, you know, you have like Ghostbusters or Ocean's 8 or like movies like this. Mostly they've been kind of whatever to just downright embarrassing sometimes. Bridesmaids was very good though. And I think Bottoms is kind of in the same category as Bridesmaids, just in that like it allows the girls to be silly and over the top, but in kind of like an endearingly relatable way without trying too hard, if that makes sense. Like it pokes fun at men in a way that's genuinely funny.
Mr. G, we're really sorry.
Hey, look, you know what? I'm not a
Shrek.
idiot. I just look like this.
You know, maybe a little bit more than Mean Girls, I think this movie feels kind of like She's the Man, just in how it's like effortlessly funny. Now, I don't mean to spoil the entire movie like I usually do, because I really want you all to go watch it. But I mean, if you've ever seen any teen rom-com, whatever movie, like, you know exactly how this one goes. Their secret plot to bang cheerleaders gets found out and the club is disbanded and the friendship is ruined, but they have to make up at the end to come together and save the star football player from the opposing team who's trying to murder him. You know, just typical teen rom-com.
You need to get the cheerleaders to make out. Guys, kiss each other. Make out. We need to make out with each other. Guys, make out with each other.
Something else about this movie that I personally appreciated is that the premise is very messed up and raunchy, but the movie itself is not that raunchy at all. I thought it was gonna be more like American Pie, you know, in that like they're gonna have diarrhea all over the school and they're gonna be barfing in each other's faces, or, you know, very like low-hanging comedy fruit. But not only is the movie actually funny, but like it's actually funny. Why did I write this? This line makes no sense. Like it hardly ever relies on cheap, lazy humor like that. Like, not that every line is the funniest joke you've ever heard, but like it's written in a way that like someone who's actually funny wrote it.
You are never gonna get assaulted on your birthday again.
Lucky number 7, okay?
And I'm gonna finally reverse stalk my stalker.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for me, I'll be able to kill my stepdad.
I think I've made my point here, but yeah, basically, I just want to make a video to tell you all to please watch and support this movie, okay? We hardly ever get movies like this in general, but like, when it's this good? Are you kidding me? Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please watch another one, because that's how the algorithm works. So click on this one that's being recommended to you right now, right here on the screen. It actually helps a lot if you do that, because like that's how YouTube knows that my videos are worth caring about. Also, if you have any movies or TV shows you'd like to recommend, send me an email at alexmyerscontact@gmail.com, and I'll put them on my absurdly long list of movies that I need to get to at some point. Anyway, hope I made your day a little bit better, and I'll see you all next time.